providing data privacy rights. The Indian DPDP Act and now the rules provide us as citizens certain rights, and in this video I am going to talk about those rights. They are there in the Act as well, but there are some modifications where they are able to explain what is the role of a fiduciary or a processor or a consent manager while you want to access your data privacy rights. Welcome to my YouTube channel where you daily see a new content on data privacy, and as I said, we are going to talk about the data privacy rights today. So what are these rights that we have? First of all, right to access. You want to access your information, you have a right to do that. You expect your fiduciary to provide you a mechanism for all the rights. So you choose right to access, and therefore your fiduciary would allow you to access your rights. Now it's a very standard assumption that the fiduciary would validate you. Now in Indian context, we are saying that a user account will be created for every data principal on the consent manager and fiduciary's website, either or together, whichever, take them as a single umbrella. So in that case, I can simply go to the website and say I want to access my data, and they can they need to show me my data. By the way, I set that as website, but the government has allowed you to have a website or an app or maybe even both of them. Now I don't like my information for some reasons, some gaps. I can request you to change that. You might need some proof, you might do some validation, change that. I may also not like to continue with this information, and I use my right to erasure. I want you to erase this information from your system. Now this is erasure. We'll come to another right later on, but this importantly we are talking of erasure of my personal information or a part of it from your systems. This could happen when I change my address, I change my phone number, I get a new phone number, I get a new email ID. I am talking of very, very basic things. If it's a longer one, maybe I have changed my bank account, and I am not able to now decide whether I should continue with my bank A with you or bank B with you. So I come up and say, please erase the information of my bank from your records, because once I have decided which bank account, I'll come back to you and get that updated here. Then you have right to nominate. There's a principal who is not in a position to provide consent, maybe not available locally, maybe does not understand the processing systems properly. For any reason, he can nominate someone else who can provide consent on his behalf. Then you have right to grievance redressal, and I have a huge list of videos and a playlist on right to grievance redressal. I will tag it here on the video as well as on the description, and there you can understand from where can you start putting up complaints. The fiduciary, consent manager, processor are required to provide you the start point and expected to provide you the complete escalation matrix. Why I said expected to, that if your fiduciary is not providing that to you, you already would know where is the Data Protection Board of India. So you can go to them saying that my fiduciary is not even transparent enough to provide me my grievance redressal system. There is no escalation point. I don't know where to go within the fiduciary as well, right? And then you have a right to withdraw consent. That is different from right to erasure. Right to erasure is getting a piece of information erased or complete information erased, but right to withdraw consent is that under no means are you going to continue to process my information. I am withdrawing my consent that I had given you earlier by providing you with the information. What is the fiduciary's responsibility? And I've used the word fiduciary only. Fiduciary's processor is a subpart of fiduciary. Consent manager may be outsourced, would be outsourced in our case now in DPDP rules, but the primary ownership is with the fiduciary, right? So whether it's the consent manager who gives you the website pages or the apps, but it's the role of fiduciary. So I'm using a single word here. Fiduciary is supposed to provide you a mechanism to access your rights. What would that mechanism be? A web page, an app, maybe both of them. The required information that they need to provide is complete grievance redressal system and a point of contact where you would raise your concern. How would you put up your rights? You put up your rights through the login. That login would have documentation available enough to say you want to get your data erased, put up a request like this, talk to grievance redressal mechanism like this. If you are not satisfied, here is the contact point, talk to him like this. They also need to tell you the response time for grievance redressal so that you know when are you expected to get a response back. If you are using your right to erasure, then the fiduciary is expected to inform you again 48 hours before actually erasing your information. Mode of communication, as I said, the website, the app, maybe both of them, and the mode of communication that you have chosen when you registered yourself as a data principal with this particular consent management, right? So this is about what are the rights available and how can you use your rights to make sure that you are satisfied with the way your personal data is being handled. I hope you like the content of the video. Please press the bell and the like icon, subscribe to my YouTube channel and share your feedback in the comment section. Thank you.